All right, YouTube says we are live, so it must be true. Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday evening to you. Hope your weekend's going well and many blessings. So glad to have you here. Uh, Before we get into everything, I usually like to start off coming back to this moment. We do that by taking a big, deep breath in, hold it for a moment, think of something we're grateful for right here, right now in our lives. Thank the Creator for it and exhale at your convenience. Do not try to hold it too long. And then we'll bring in the singing bowl with a special energy this evening. So let's start off. Come back out of the chaos, come back out of the future, the past, come back here to the right now and take a big deep breath in and gratitude. Beautiful. Now, as I will hit the singing bowl 3 times, and as I do, first imagine just this vibrating energy, this unconditional, eternal love energy, the essence of the Creator, and it's what we're made out of too. Let it emanate from your heart, fill up your physical body, your brain, your thoughts, your emotions, your heart, your energy field, your aura, and then let it fill you up and flow out to the world. And then I'm also going to be sending out some extra energy, something that spirit had me start to do last night. And you might have this and recognize this with yourself as well, because it's a spiritual ability that we all have. But the more you raise your love vibration, the more it just naturally happens, where you might notice uh, people come around you and they just like being around you. You don't have to do anything, but they change. They feel better, their emotions change, etc. And it's called like transmutation of energy. It's where our higher vibrational energy acts as like a blood thinner for these blood clots, these energy thinner for energy clots of lower vibrational energy, where some people are struggling to move beyond a certain, energy in their lives. And when we just kind of let that love fill us up and flow out, it can impact people around us. And so I'm going to send that out to anyone that needs that. If you feel like you have some lower vibrational energy that you just can't kick, or you feel like it's stuck, allow this energy to flow in, thin that out, and it'll start to flow. And you can just let that flow away. All right. So here we go 3 times. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that, and for that extra love energy. So thank you guys so much. All right. So welcome, welcome, all my Zen friends. Welcome, and any new subscribers coming in. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. Got a great group of people here. All our Zen friends, huge hearts, great senses of humor. It's things that we can definitely use in this day and time. We have always room for more. So welcome, welcome, welcome. How the free readings work, we do go down in order First come, first serve down the chat. There is no special list. The chat is it. You can put your question out there, or if you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading because Spirit knows what you're wanting, and so they will, bring through readings for that. Free readings are generally 1 to 2 cards for your answers. If you want a deeper dive or have your reading prioritized, then you can step by making a donation. I'll prioritize it, step out of the free readings, dive deeper, pulling more cards. And when I'm done, I'll return back. You can use the super chat or in the description box of the video, we have our Venmo, our Cash App, our PayPal, and our Square. And there's no set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances and cost of living varies across the planet. So, whatever you give from your heart is, of course, the perfect amount. Um, After that, my YouTube channel members, my monthly members, do get prioritization. I try to get through as many free readings as I can. Like this morning, I didn't get through any, and I was on for 3 hours. So, I do try to get through those. So, after the donations, though, my YouTube channel members get second priority for their free readings. And if you're interested in becoming part of that, I do have 2 levels: Zen Cricket at $2.99, Praying Mantis at $7.99 US dollars per month. In addition to get prioritization in the live readings, also, I always make sure to complete my donations and my free readings for those members. So even if um, don't have enough time to finish them, when I go and spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members or so, and I come back, I will finish out all of my monthly YouTube channel members too. So it's a benefit. We also meet on Wednesdays, both groups together, where we have a couple hours of readings, past life readings as well, oracle readings, talk about astrology, Q&A, whatever we want. My Praying Mantis members, the higher level, they get a special night on Thursdays just for them, a couple hours. And then after my Friday and Saturday night sessions and my Sunday afternoon session, we also have about an hour together. You also get advanced access to all the videos that I'm putting out. And we're putting out quite a bit this year to help us through this 2025. It's going to be an amazing year of transformation. So we can use all the support and reminders. And we are putting out quite a bit, which include we have this Aquarius sun season video that came out this morning. So you guys all will have access to that. Also, if you haven't checked them out, we have our 2025 energy forecast. Um, and then also our solstice readings by each element, air signs, fire signs, etc. So we have all of those. I also put out a weekly Zen Bite on every Friday, which is a short video that gives us some good information on how to get back to our Zen or maintain our Zen. So there's a lot of free content out. If you go to my main page at the very top, it says new for 2025, and it has all the playlists up there. Also, and I see our winner is in the house of Victoria Hubert Ramirez. Hello, hello. I am having a weekly drawing for a free reading, free recorded reading, and this is the video that talks about announces the winner, but also tells you where you go to find out how you can get into that drawing. And then Victoria, I don't know, sure if you saw my comment there. I got your email, so thank you for that. I got your questions. We'll dive into those. I'll probably do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, just because, of course, I'm doing readings tonight and then readings most of the day tomorrow. And then I'm starting to prepare for my wonderful colonoscopy on Monday. And then Monday I'll be involved in all of that. So not a good time to do readings. So thank you for understanding. You're like, please do not do my reading while you're going through that. All right. So that's everything I have as far as those. And we got a lot of other videos. So if you're interested in that, also I offer personal readings. If you want to dive even deeper, those there's a link down below that lists all the different kinds I give, and if you're interested in that. Oh, and then if you want a YouTube channel membership, that link is down below too. All right, I think that's all the blah blah blah. Let's get into finding and hearing with spirit. We're going to use the Tarot of Light continue to use that. I used that this morning and last night. It's a beautiful deck, so we're going to use this. Let's get this shuffling and we will get into it. So let's take a look here. Do have a couple of donations. So I've got, hey, HTTPS, long time. Good to see you. We'll be up first. And then let me just check timestamps. Then Moonlight. Hey, Moonlight. Yeah, shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. They're here. Hey. And then thank you, Amazing Grace. Yeah, I did see we got 3 donations via the CashApp. So you'll be up after that. And that's all we have for right now. So, all right. Hey. All right, so let's jump in. Thank you first, HTTPS. Let's give that a love and a like. Appreciate the donation there. And you want to know whatever you need to hear at this moment. So let's take a look here. Let's tap into the energy here. What do you need to know right now? Okay. Do you want that one and that one and that one and those two? All right. Nope, not that one. All right. Let us take a look here and see what we've got going on. Let me just scooch these over a little bit. All right. So, first off, on the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Angels, which is mysticism. It's the Page of Swords in the Standard Tarot. So there is new knowledge, new revelations that are coming here your way. And I like this. New communication coming in. We'll see more what that's about with this. This is the bottom of the deck energy, but there is a lot of newness. But it's not like the Ace of Swords. It's the Page of Swords, which comes after the 10. So it's like expansion. It's not newness so much as expanded or updated awareness and additional communication. So if that makes sense. All right, let's take a look here. So your first card down that came up here. Yeah, you got the Tower card. So this would tell us that, you know, recently, or you will have in the near future, you're going to have something that will be moved out of the way for you to make room for something more in alignment for you in your life and the direction that you're wanting to go, something more in alignment with your higher self. So this can be, you know, I love the Tower and Wheel of Fortune too. It's because we come down here to experience the life is happening to me energy for a while, but then we get to go to this upgraded awareness, right? That we are life happens for me. And when I realize that, I can really look at it and go, okay, why did I want this to happen in my life? What's the story that I was telling myself, but what is the lesson? What is the knowledge that I'm gleaning from this situation that I wouldn't have gleaned if I hadn't gone through it? And so the Tower tells me that when we're done with a lesson, when we're done with learning something that we wanted to learn, the classrooms change. We don't need to experience the same thing over and over again. And I feel like you're on the verge of that transformation, that change. Let's see what else they have here for you. Yeah, you got the 10 of Hearts and the 5 of Angels. So the 5 of Angels, 5 of Swords, kind of represents some conflict in the communication, in thinking, battling between the head and the heart. And the 10 of Hearts, 10 of Cups, boom, huge joy, huge, and it's this culmination here. It is the ending of the beginning, this fullness of your heart. And when I get the 5 of Swords, you know, the 5 of Angels, when we're battling between our head and our heart always eventually wins because it was created first. You know, our high heart, of course, always was, but in our emotional center was created first, and then our thinking brain developed after that. And so our heart will eventually wear down our mind. And I kind of feel like this is what's happening here is the battling that's been going on between head and heart is coming to at least a truce, but I feel like the heart has a victory because the heart is flowing, and we have that 10 endings and beginnings of the heart too. Again, going to the next level in self-love, which also brings love in the outside world to a heightened place, right? Because our self-love is what is reflective of all our relationships in the outside world. So what else we got here? Got the 3 of stars, 3 of wands. Yeah, so this is the change of direction from where you thought you were headed and going. You're just taking a detour, and that's okay. It's telling you that it's okay for you to alter course because life isn't a straight line to something. It's an exploration. It's when we follow our joy, when we follow our heart, we go on all these adventures, we discover, and we don't have to be on a set path of okay, it has to go this and this and this and this. Boring. The heart likes to go like this and over here and over here and let's go look over here. And it's all about it's like a little child running through a big mansion, looking at all the different rooms and out windows and running outside through the gardens and all that stuff. We love to explore. That's our nature. And so I just feel like spirit is saying it's okay. Allow yourself to explore, allow yourself to go off course. Got the 2 of trees, 2 of pentacles. Normally, this is about balance, but you have flexibility down here, which is like what I was talking about, right? But it's like there's 2 things that you can be focusing on in the outside world and to allow flexibility that you can do both well, but choosing one and allowing yourself to choose the one that your heart is taking you toward will allow you to give more energy to that instead of, if you give the equal amounts of energy, it's going to grow equally as slow. Whereas if you give one a little bit of energy, but the other one the most, you'll make a lot of progress and movement in in where your heart is drawing you. So I like that for you. Then you have the 4 of angels. You have the 4 of swords, peace of mind. This also is about, letting go. When we look at these cards together, it is an important energy because normally the 4 of swords has someone sleeping on the ace of swords, seeing things from a higher perspective, from that capital T truth that's rooted in unconditional love. So I do feel like that with this upgrade, you know, you know how life is. I feel like I know something, and then we go a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years going, "This is what it is," and then we get a little bit of a alteration of it through experience and through seeing things from a higher and higher perspective, and then we adjust our opinion, we adjust our opinion, we adjust our opinion, and I feel like this is what is happening here with this adjustment is we really were, I wanna say attached, but determined is a good word. Determined that this is the route that I need to go. Yeah, and this is exactly who I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. And we had no doubt. But now I feel like things have happened, especially with this Tower card coming in. We're realizing that there was some of our ego, some of our small teachers that were given to us growing up that were diluting or fogging, making it hazy a little bit, and now we are getting more and more clarity, and we're like, "Oh, wow, I'm gonna go." Doesn't mean that you're, like, turning around going the opposite direction, you're just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let me go kind of in this direction and see what we're headed." Alright, and then let's see what your final 2 cards are here. Yeah, in this, there is a lot of here's the clarity, right? So there is some old thinking and thoughts around with the 5 of swords, which is um not the 5 of swords, the 5 of pentacles, which is, those beliefs in lack and fearing being left behind and abandoned, some of that stuff that was below the surface, right? And even the 8 of hearts tells us that this is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve us as well. So I feel like this is some clarity that has come in, some things that have come up, some freedom of mind, which is brought you to this place of really looking at your heart and where am I investing my emotional energy, right? And this mentality of deservedness, right? I feel like they're kind of attached a little bit. And you get to have this freedom that comes in with this because the 8 of hearts does say, look at the relationships that you have in your life. What are those that you're giving 70, 80, 90% consistently to someone else, right? And and they're only giving 10, 20, 30%. Relationships, healthy relationships do go back and forth because some days I don't feel good. I need 80% from you. I can only give 20. Other days, other people in our lives, they are only able to give 20 and I can give 80. But if it's consistently, these are the relationships that spirit is saying, take a look at. The ones that you're just giving, 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 giving into like a black hole, and you're not getting anything, not anything, but very little reciprocated with that energy, then you're just pouring love out, and it's becoming a, like that said it there, codependency, where I feel like I have to give all this to you and get very little back. And it's like, I'm okay to step back to 50%. And if they are, respond and start giving kind of equal, then it's like, all right, then maybe we'll work on this. But if they don't, then the relationship can just fall away. Or there might be some that you're like, nope, chop, 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 and you're getting all that emotional energy back. There is this, you know, um, piece of why spirit has us do that is to prepare us for giving emotionally out into the world in some special ways. And so we kind of are building up our emotional bank. Otherwise, if we're so spread out, giving so much emotion everywhere, it's difficult to have that emotional energy to be able to do that. The other part of the Eight of Cups is Eight of Hearts is looking at the emotions that we do have pushed down, those that happened like 7 years old and younger, that, when we are that young, our brain hasn't developed yet. So all we know is to, our thinking brain hasn't developed yet. I should clarify. uh, so, we know that I cry, I throw a tantrum, or I laugh. Those are my responses. That's how I communicate with my emotions. Well, adults usually like a happy, laughing child, but a crying child, if I heard growing up, if you don't stop your crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about, right? Whoop. So we push that down. Or tantrum, I'm going to take that to the car, uh-oh, push that down. But then those emotions didn't go anywhere. That we just been holding them down. It takes energy to hold those down to the surface. So that's kind of what they're looking at too, is kind of looking at some of those subconscious emotions that still may be pushed down there, especially around lack and worthiness with that Five of Pentacles. But I feel like this is kind of what you've been working on, and expansiveness that's happening, that's opening up. And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now is the stuff that's been going on. Your focus has been recognized, but there is something significant about to be moved out of the way to help things move differently. But it's going to, not going to be like, well, I wanted to go this way. Like you're stuck on this freeway that's full of traffic, and the side road was full of traffic, but suddenly this opens up and there's flow. And you're like, well, I could go that way. And they're like, yep. And so you can go off that direction. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And that's what they have for you right now. HTTPS. So many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. Hey, Nelia. Shout out to my YouTube channel members and Faith and Love. Hello again. Hello, hello. You're welcome, boss. You're so funny. All right. And then Moonlight, you are up next. So thank you for that donation. Let's give that a love and a like. So, Moonlight, good morning. Yeah, you're welcome. What a great way to wake up to some messages from Spirit. And I appreciate that you're on the other side of the world. And our times don't match up a whole lot often. So thank you for still hanging with us when you can. I love it. So you want to know, what is the future for your relationship with R? All right, let's take a look here. First one, that. Okay, those are for that. And then, does he realize the consequences of his actions? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, those are for that. And what are his thoughts and feelings about me, us now? All right. Thoughts, feelings. And we'll see what those are. The extra what Spirit wants you to know. All right. So the bottom of the deck, we start off with, oh, look at this. So you got the, wow, Ace of Hearts too. Wow. So, I mean, you got the Queen of, right here, whoops, in the middle there is the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. You got the Lover's card and the Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts is about self-love, and all of this all three of these cards just are showing what a huge heart you have and what a large capacity to love that you have. And that is independent from any person. You know, when we fall in love or fall for people or are attracted to people, there's this waterfall of beautiful love that just starts flowing from our hearts. And we think, oh, it's them that's doing this. It's like, no, that's coming from in here, not out there into here. And it's just that we have reached a place where we've allowed ourselves to flow with the love that's inside us. So I really feel like this is an important message for you to realize that all the emotions, all the love you have ever felt and will feel starts in here. It doesn't start out there. It's just the situation um, brings energy that allows you to give yourself permission to flow that and feel that. So interesting, right? All right, so we'll start with your questions. I just wanted to start off with that as the baseline there. So the future of your relationship with R. All right. Well, it does appear here with the Page of Cups, the Page of Hearts, there is some heightened love that will be recognized here, some heightened emotion. And we've got the Ace of Angels, the Ace of Swords, which is about wisdom and seeing things from a different perspective. And so it feels like here, the future of your relationship, I feel it does continue here, but it mainly what Spirit is saying is it provides you wisdom and understanding as you experience this. And I feel like this takes you to a new place of love inside of yourself. So we'll see what else comes in here because this energy doesn't feel like, again, they started off saying this is all about the love inside of you and you're experiencing and the future of your relationship, the future of the love energy between you is that you're raising your love vibration, you're moving up, you're learning, you're seeing things differently, you're getting this amazing you know awareness that's coming through all this. But I feel like these extra 3 cards, that's why they came out because they're like, "Yeah, we'll give you more, but just bear with us for a moment." All right, so we'll continue with your questions here. Does he realize the consequences of his actions? Got 3 cards. Let's see what we got here. You know, there is quite an awareness here. We've got the High Priestess, which is the revealer of unknown things. So I feel like they're getting it. They have the 7 of stars, 7 of swords, which normally is the deceit, the lying, the thievery type of card. They call it faith here, but I feel for your situation that this is about them realizing that um, what they thought in these mindsets around in these deceptive mindsets they have for themselves we're rolling out there and it does have to do with 10 of pentacles relationships and loyalty or disloyalty, right? But it does have like there's a lot of hidden stuff here. Oh my goodness, the energy that I'm just feeling from them. I know that's not a good way. I'm so sorry. My personality doesn't hide much, does it? Which is great, my face never hid stuff unless I'm really focusing trying to play a joke on someone, I can but outside of that, no. But I definitely feel here with their energy, they may realize the consequences of their actions, but I don't know if they'd ever admit it because they do have this stuff inside here, about this, you know if I have like this black and white world that I live in. I'm either perfect or I'm a failure. There's no gray area. And for them to admit things would mean I'm a failure and they can't handle that right now because they haven't learned there's a world of gray and it's okay, and that you don't have to define yourself by this. But we need to talk about, communicating and honesty and everything else that comes with it all. But there's so much hidden here with the high priestess too. These combination of these three just really feels like there's a lot of stuff that they feel they have to hold deep inside, again, out of fear of being a failure. So interesting. We'll take a look here, see what else we have here. So his thoughts and feelings about you and we, right? So thoughts were first. Six of stars. So their thoughts are, we can get through this kind of energy. you know, they're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. This isn't bad. I've had worse in relationships, and it's true. You think that you guys have had some ups and downs or challenges? Mm-mm. You know, uh, he said, um, such a interesting life and interesting relationships in the past. So he's just like, "Oh yeah, this isn't I've gotten through things before. This isn't anything big in their mind, right?" Again, this is in their mind, but deep inside they know, "Oh, I've got to push this stuff down because this is stuff that breaks things, right?" Uh, Interesting. Let's see what his feelings are. Yeah, again, illusion moon card. With the moon and the high priestess coming in here, there is a lot of emotional stuff that they have pushed down and that are below the surface. Both of these cards can mean about spirit and connecting and wonderful things, but with his energy, he's not in that place of, that awareness in his life in as this human character right now. He's still experiencing a very low vibrational fun adventure in his life that and so these cards would mean more of shadow, more of hidden things, secrets, um, you know, that are out there. So, you know, let's see what these last three cards were just to give us and find out what else they want you to know about the relationship between the two of you. Yeah, you do have the strength card. And I feel like it does represent this I want to say stubbornness. It's a thing, right? Being stubborn can be a gift and a curse because it can be a gift when we won't give up on people and we'll stand by people and we'll help people and but it also can be a curse where we are too patient, where we become a mat, we become a rug, we become someone. This is saying, just realize that you have strength, but also just kind of be aware of where you want to invest your strength in this specific situation. Let's see what else. Three of angels, three of swords. Yeah. You know, heartbreak, disappointment. That's pretty much been the theme, you know, a lot here with in regards to them, right? And just that it's like, but it all is for us. Any disappointment that we experience allows it, and it points it back to us so that we can realize, oh, the rules I have, right? The rules that were broken. And we realize, where did that rule come from? It's an old small t truth rooted in ego, rooted in fear. And when I experience disappointment, it's an opportunity for me to free myself from that expectation and go, yeah, um, I used to have a belief and expectation that everyone in every relationship should be faithful to one another. Well, as Byron Katie says, when reality battles our expectation, reality wins, but only 100% of the time. When a a large three-fifths of my relationships, my long-term relationships, cheated, I'm thinking that expectation is incorrect. Humans do, when they're in fear, do stupid stuff. And so when we realize that and release ourselves from all these roles and expectations, we also release everyone else. But a big piece of our disappointments, and that's why I feel like this wisdom that you glean and this higher self-love you get is as you interact with them, you're realizing, you know what? I'm trying to make you be who I think you should be instead of just focusing on what I love about who you are. And I'm going to release myself from this cage too and just love myself for who I am instead of feeling like I have to be this in order to be lovable or acceptable, right? So there's this freedom that comes in. Yeah, which then turns around and brings joy instead. So it's a very interesting journey and adventure here. And hopefully all that makes sense. You might need to listen to that a couple times because that was a lot of information. But I do feel like this is all realizing that all of your outside experiences are reflective of your inside experiences towards yourself and towards others. And so when we realize that my self-love is reflected in my relationships with others, I'm grateful for those 3 out of I'm not grateful or for all 5, but the 3 that did, um, break the rule that we had agreed upon, um, released me from so much, because of that, and so I look at them as my teachers, who continually show me what I wanna see about myself until I see it, and it only took 3. Slow learner. I like learning things really good. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Moonlight. But so hang in there. Much love to you. And what can we say? All right. Thank you again for your donation. All right. Now I have 3 from Amazing Grace, and then we will have 2 from Nelia. So thank you so much. All right. So Amazing Grace, thank you for your first donation. All right. So I see your question in there. So for your first one about the new love, is he watching? Uh-oh. So let's take a look here. Is your new love watching? Okay. I think they wanted that one. Oh, they do want this one here too in the middle. And I feel like this one. Whoops. Don't run away. Okay, and that one there. All right, let's see what we got here. Wow. So at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Stars, the Knight of Wands. So fiery type of personality here. They're the adventurer, it says on the bottom of on the bottom of the card. So I do feel like they're a very active person, um, watching, and I do feel like they are aware of you. But I just feel like I almost get, like, on the verge of, like, ADD where it's like, "Woo, woo, 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 woo," they're so energetic, and they're always going. At least right now, the energy that I'm picking up from them. But let's see here what these other cards bring, and that's the bottom of the deck. The 8 of Hearts, that's coming in here. I feel like this is a transformation that they're going through. I feel like they are walking away from some relationships and things that aren't serving them anymore. So I feel like that's where a lot of activity is focused on, not necessarily heart healing, but heart purging. And so they're in this place preparing for, as we talked about in the first reading that we had today, we have this, energy of being um, doing an inventory of their emotional energy, releasing and letting attachment, emotional energy to people go, and dealing with some stuff on the inside to prepare for love. So I like that. It's like part of the preparation. Going to get new furniture, you're getting rid of the old to make space for the new. And that's the kind of, I feel their heart energy that's going on. So they're spending some energy on that. They have the Queen of Hearts too, which intuitive energy that comes in here. Getting and this is both of these cards together feel so much about diving deep into emotions that are below the surface and clearing out the cellar to make space there. Sorry. Hear a little wheezing going on. It's like 7 degrees out right now here, so hopefully you guys are staying warm. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So, this individual, this just kind of talks about their journey that's going on now. And I like this because the 5 of swords, the 5 of angels, is all about a battling between heart and mind and clearing things out. I like it's about withdrawal too, right? But the 9 of hearts, stability, because that's what they're wanting to do. They're getting and working through some of the stuff that they learned through those relationships because they don't want to have what they've had before. They are trying to move upward so that they can have a different type of relationship than they've had in the past. And so they know, and they're doing this work, which I'm really glad because, which is good, you know. Um, and so they're watching with one eye while taking care of their stuff, right? Because they don't want to have that happen, right? So I like that. Yeah, look at this. You can't make it up. The awakening, the judgment card. So this is what they're going through. They're in this emergence. So it's like they're keeping one eye there, but they're very busy on cleaning everything else up in their life right now. So that is kind of the main focus of a lot of what's going on with them there. But I really like that, you know, someone who's willing for themselves going, I don't want that for what I've had in the past, and I don't want that to be what the new person that I'm going to be with also doesn't have to experience that. So hopefully that makes sense and resonates. And that's what I have for the first one there for you. Amazing Grace. And then number two, hey, Johanna, shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Yellow. 5 cups of coffee today, accidentally. I'll have to hear that story. How do you accidentally drink 5 cups of coffee? All right. I thought it was tea. All right, I'm just kidding. All right. And then Amazing Grace for your number 2 donation. Thank you for that. What do your ancestors want you to know? All right, let's take a look here. Wow, boom. They want to speak. That card definitely was like, bam. All right. And then we have this one. These two. And then that one. It's like this little kind of almost see a family tree. Oh my gosh. I was like, I almost see like this family tree of how things have unfolded. And here on the bottom of the deck, you get the Ace of Trees, Ace of Pentacles, which is all about abundance. But I feel like this, they're saying the tree is very, yeah, it's very colorful and full of a lot of different things for sure. um, which you have access to, and which the main energy, like your ancestors speaking as an energy to you, is it's funny. They're like, we apologize for what's been passed down from generation to generation. We didn't know. So I like that. It's funny. So starting off with that, what's the first card here? Yeah, Knight of Stars. We just had this adventurer here. Definitely they're saying we had a boy, what a family tree full of adventurers. They're like, we didn't fear anything, which isn't always a good idea. That's funny. But they're like, we're bold. You have this boldness. You have this, energy that's within. And, but we were explorers, adventurers. You have like I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't like related to Christopher Columbus and all these people who sailed the seas, or if you have Viking, somewhere in there. I mean, I just feel like in your ancestry, there's like all these kind of explorers. Ponce de Leon, all those we learned in, you know, elementary school. But, it's fun. They're like, "We were a horde of adventurers for sure." That's funny. Alright, let's see what else I want you to know here. Yeah, the 5 of stars. I knew this was gonna be in here, and then we have diversity. So, of course, again, coming in that there's a lot here, but the 5 of wands is transformation of energy. And I feel like you know this already, that you are one of the stars of your ancestral tree, breaker of chains, breaker of, old, um I don't know, lower vibrational beliefs and lower vibrational actions, more actions, from generation to generation that have been passed on, and that you are, designated and you volunteered, as tribute. May the odds ever be in your favor if you're a Hunger Games fan. And and then they're like, and you are the chosen, one of the chosen to help transform our family tree, the ancestry. And you can do that both in you have celebrity bloodline. Oh, look at you. Yeah, so, yeah, that adventurer, not afraid, "Here I am, boom," I'm gonna that makes sense with all that fire energy I felt because it would be people that would want to be out among the crowds and to stand out and be in the spotlight. Definitely there, but you are, definitely, both by how you're changing your life and how you live it helps break those chains, but also, there's this energy of that doing ancestry work, and whatever that means for you. I mean, you can do it energetically, independently. You don't have to follow any sort of practice or anything, but you can sit with your ancestors. And one of the things I heard that's resonating in my heart right now for you is like you look to someone, within your ancestry, and you hand them the pain of the ancestors to them. They take it into their heart, their most capable and higher vibrational heart. They transform it and transmute it and change it, and they hand it back to you, and then you take that into your heart. And this is like you're taking this energy that's in your DNA and your blood and the energy of the ancestral trees, and you're taking it kind of like shamanic in a way, and you're doing these things and you're helping heal the family tree energy. And I love that. Wow, wasn't expecting this. Yeah, look, 6 of trees, and it's like you're becoming one with the tree here. This is the giving and receiving I was just talking about. You become one. You become the the family tree. And, that's it. That's that transmuting, and then even they have this, interesting root that's coming out here that's flowing forward that helps the generations to come. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, and here you go. You got the vitality of the sun and the strength card coming in together. Both Leo energy. Interesting. Isn't your birth father Leo, I think? I don't know why I remember that, if that was you, but, I just feel like there's this energy here that is all about you have the capability to be the sun, not dim your light, and you have the strength. You're the one that has the ability to do all this. So, wow. You also have the 10 of angels, the 10 of swords. Yeah, this is the ending of old ways of thinking, and again, part of the uh, flow and change of things. We had talked about change of actions and all this, and this is change of beliefs, change of mentalities. Uh, 10 is ending. Usually they have like someone laying on the ground with all 10 swords stuck in their back, looking away from us at the sunrise. And so it is this energy here of surrender, surrendering all those old beliefs, surrendering all those things, and creating new, new things, new ways of looking at life, even new being the creator of tradition. Wow, I love that. So beautiful, beautiful. I love that. And then you have, the Hierophant, your higher self showing you things from the capital T truths. But this is I feel like there is a specific ancestor. And if you know your family tree, that might be one that you can really connect with within. But I feel like one's taken on a role of being, you have all your ancestors behind you and backing you up. But there's one that's taking a role heavily in your life as a teacher, as a representative of the ancestors, of taking responsibility for the ancestors. That's the one that you hand that stuff to and they take it into your heart. And there is one that's stepping up to be that. So I love it. All right. So that's what they want you to know. Just that. That's all. I love that for you. You have the strength and the energy of the sun. You're just boom. All right. Put those cards back in here. All righty. Let's shuffle these up and then we will go on to your third donation. So thank you so much for your multiple donations here. And I do believe I saw it up in the chat here. Let me just scroll up. There it is. So number 3. So the lady that commented on your post this morning saying that your parents are not your parents, what was her point? Was she just trying to pick with you? She claimed that you need therapy. You know, what a wonderful point in our life when we realize that what people say outwardly to people has nothing to do with the outward people, but how they feel about themselves. And so when we realize that we're a mirror and, you know, you walk into it's like you walk into a public restroom and they have those big mirrors and someone's in front of it pointing, going, you're a jerk and blah, 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 blah. But you're like, don't let me interrupt because they're pointing at the mirror, but they're blaming out here, right? And so when just before I pull cards, obviously, spirit is just wanting you to understand that this person that they don't even really have a point. It's just an expression of how they feel about themselves. So evidently someone that last part especially, you need therapy. So if you saw someone looking in a mirror going, you need therapy, you're like, don't let me get in the way. That seems like a good idea to me. Go ahead. Go to therapy, you. um, and that you know, yeah. And so that's what people do when they feel, especially when people feel that someone won't retaliate or that they're open a big and you put off big heart energy, right? So when you and they don't realize you're like Xena, the warrior princess. I can be a loving, compassionate person, but don't step over this line. Because, I'm not a doormat. I give people it to a point. But if, I'm a slow cooker, I feel like we're alike where I'm a slow cooker. People can poke the bear and poke the bear and poke the bear. And look, I'm poking the bear. And they do it like the 100th poke. It's like, all right, and then they're like, "Oh crap." So just understand that, and let's just step into their energy a little bit, just so that we have awareness of what's going on there. What does spirit want you to know about this person, and you know this uh lower vibrational action that they were doing, that was coming in there, right? Yeah. Yep, we got the queen of stars, the queen of wands, and I feel like when this is like I feel like this is your energy where when you're an illuminator, like it says on the bottom. um Not everyone likes the light, and sometimes when you're bright and we are who we are, our energy activates people's lower vibration because um, it makes them, because they feel dark and they're okay being around darkness. But when you get around light, then you feel like uh, even darker, right? So I feel like that's kind of what's coming in here. You're this bright light, and that makes that just uh, ignited within them this, oh, I'm so dark and I'm gonna make, and that's what destroyers do. I usually say there's two ways that people um two ways that people with low self-esteem respond to things in life. So if they think you're up here, right, and they think they're down here, they're either going to boast, be a boaster, saying things like, I'm this, I'm that. And they're not trying to say they're better than you. They're just trying to get up to where they think you're at. And then there's destroyers who will who think that I will push you down and destroy you to bring you down to where I feel I'm at. And there's people that'll do both, right? And so when we realize when people are doing what they're doing, it's like, oh, this isn't about me. This is about where they think they're at. Yeah, blocking individuals like that, because you're not going to change them. They need therapy, right? Because they're telling you need therapy. Obviously, they need therapy because they're projecting it on you, so they can uh, use some transformation on that. Because emotionally mature people don't act like that. So you know that they're feeling low about themselves or they're in fear in the moment. Because that's what happens when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control. Like here, it gets scared. It becomes a little. Let's see, there you go. It becomes a um a hissing cat. It needs to attack, or it'll attack and run away, right? And so usually the energy, um, is just to love and block. It's like, yeah, I can't help them. And I don't want that, negative energy on my social media, wherever they were commenting. Nope, I don't want that on here. And I don't have to have you here. So, all right, let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about this person here. Page of Stars. Yeah, so they got um, the page of wands, which is there is this curiosity here, but they are a fiery person too, and so they were in the midst of their fear. Yeah, and they're learning here. They're on their path. There's a lot of curiosity, a lot of trying to figure things out, and that's why they've reached this point of feeling they have to express it out publicly. Not in person though, right? Hidden behind a screen. And the magician, yeah, all this energy. They definitely have a lot of fire, fire, fire going here, with all this energy. And the chariot, the seven, is Cancer sign energy. So a lot of emotion that's here that they're expressing outwardly. It has nothing to do with you. So you're just like, okay, okay, honey, nice, nice. Block. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So put your mind at rest. This isn't about you. You got the Page of Trees. You got the Dreamer card, Page of Pentacles, with here again, the Strength card. Remember your strength. Remember your dream, what you're wanting to do, and sharing what you're doing. And yeah, just know that you hold the power. Um, you get to decide what story you're going to allow things to mean, what emotion you feel, what energy you put forward, and what you do in your physical life. Everyone else is it's just opinion, which can be blocked and removed. So hopefully that helps here. I really like this, and I know, the King of Hearts on the bottom here that says healer. I know that's hard to do, right? Because of your huge heart. You definitely want to, you have done so much self-healing that and you want to help other people and their journeys too. I feel that strongly. It's hard when um someone does those things when you're trying, to be that illuminator, to be a light. Um but when a moth flies in your mouth, you don't just let it live there, you spit it out, right? That's what happens. You're a bright light. Sometimes you draw moths and you're like, no, thank you. So I like that. That's too funny. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. Thank you so much for all your donations. I'm loving this adventure that you're on. All right. So many blessings. Thanks again. And then I thought I saw a follow-up question here. Let me just. And like you said, it's so true that he has a lot of hidden stuff on his life and he does things he regrets, but he doesn't admit it. Oh, yeah. Then again, he knows so well. You see right through him. Can't fool you. Nope. You're like that high priestess that you got in your reading. You're like, really? That was like with my, people that the first relationship I was in, towards the end of it is when I really started opening up to spirit and I started knowing things. I'll tell some stories sometime, but the ones after that knew full well coming in that I did cards and they thought, "Oh, it's a cool thing." And then when I pull card stuff, they're like, "Oh crap." And I'm like, "Yeah, hey, what are you doing?" And they're like, uh-oh. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So Nelia, you'll be up next for your first two, and then we'll jump over to Johanna, and then over to Nelia, and then to Moonlight. So that's where we'll be. You're welcome, Amazing Grace. All right. So the first one, Nelia, your little halo sticker there. Thank you for that donation. And you want to know, what can Spirit tell you about what are your hidden talents, skills, and interests? Your future job, what you'll do in time frame. All right, let's take a look here. Let me take a sip here. All righty. Hidden talents, skills, and interests. Okay. Your future job, like what you'll do. And of course, as always, time frame, time. I need to know about time. You're too funny. All right. So, well, let's start with the bottom of the deck here because you've got all these, oh yeah, all these messages here. You got two of Pentacles, two of Hearts. It's like you have these two paths. You have this power of choice, and with the Magician too, which is you have the energy and the ability. Magician traditionally has a table in front of him with the ace of, like the ace of wands, the ace of pentacles, the ace of swords, the ace of cups, showing that you have everything you need in the every area of your human life to fulfill what you want in life, and you're not lacking anything. But the big thing with the Magician is, what are you gonna use it all for? You get to decide. There's no wrong choice, right choice. So it basically says you have a multitude of a lot of abilities, right? So, yeah, spirit doesn't go by time, yeah. So, but let's see here. What are some talents that they want you to know about here? You have the Four of Stars advancement, Four of Wands, joy, celebration, gatherings, joyful gatherings in a way here too. It's funny, because it's the marriage card. Maybe you can just be a professional Black Widow where you marry people and then no, I'm just kidding. Just a joke. Don't do that. But maybe if I don't know if you like planning events, you have creativity, you can plan events, you can, it's almost like what do they call it? wedding planner, but it can be an event planner, that type of energy here. Because I feel like you have this creativity and organization. So you've got a great mind and also a great heart where you can bring those both of those things together. You can be like, I can see you with like a little, you know, all right, everybody, blah 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 blah. Where's that? Where's that at? Where's that at? Okay, ready? Okay, good, good, good. No, no, no. We need to do the flower arrangement like this. No, no. Let's put that over there and put that over there. See, beautiful, right? I like that. So you do have that ability, and I don't know if you recognize that, but I feel like that is something that maybe you're like, yeah, I never thought about, being able to do that, because you can be a corporate event planner, wedding planner, just a planner, kind of individual too. I don't know about catering. I don't know if you're into food or not, but that kind of feel and energies around it. So just know that. And then you have the strength card, force, Leo energy. Um, and again, there's the strength. It's just like you have this power to really, I don't know, it's because it's Leo energy, which can be like higher vibrationals like a leader. It is also about being out in front of people, not seeking like lower vibration. Every zodiac sign has a low expression of itself, but low expression of Leo is look at me, look at me, look at me. Higher vibration is I can be out and people can see me and I can help change things kind of energy. So anything really here that would allow you to be out in front of people, if you're comfortable with that, would be like, yeah, I could be a talk show host or an interviewer or a influencer, a podcaster, something where you get out where people can see you and you have a message to share. But it's, you have that kind of leadership strength energy that's there. Interesting. All right. So that's what they wanted to tell you about that. Let's see, what else did we have here? Oh, it's further up here. That's why. Oh, yeah, your future job, what you'll do in time frame. So your future job and what you'll do. Let's take a look here and see based on current energy where, because there's so many possibilities and with new information you might even go "Pfft." But right now your energy where you're thinking of going, you got the King of Angels, King of Swords, yeah, new beginning into a totally different area of your that you wouldn't think of, and Page of Angels too, Page of Swords. Both of these talk about education, training, um, speaking, not well, speaking, but more so. I feel like it's a whole new, with the full card, a whole brand new thing of going, and maybe they're like I don't know if you've ever thought of working for like a university or schooling or some sort of training department, like being a trainer, helping, train people. That's the kind of energy I feel right here is, you know, like this is where your path was kind of leading you. This is where your path is kind of taking you. But I don't know if you'd be happy with that. That would get you up in front of people and influence, like we were talking about. But it is somewhere where you're providing information. And but I don't know. I just feel with such a strong energy when I saw the King of Swords about a not building, well, building of education, but it's establishment of education, a industry of education. I can't think of the word right now, but you're good when you're picking up what I'm putting down. I know. All right. So, and let's see time frame with that. Yeah, it does take you here time here with the uh, retreat card, which is the Hermit card number 9. Letting go of some old ways of feeling and thinking and letting some old stuff go and some old ways of thinking before, right? And so I feel like there's this, let me go kind of realize there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of different things. There's no wrong choice, there's no wrong direction, but let your heart, lead the way after you clear away some of the lower vibrational old ways. It's not following your fears and your mind, but your high heart. And how do I want to express this message I have in my heart with the soul? What's my passion? What um say what legend do you want to leave? That's not what I wanted to say. It's not legend, it's legacy. It was close. LEG. What legacy do I want to leave behind? Do I want to be like, top performer in a corporate environment? That's where I was headed. No. I want people to remember as that crazy old man that pulled cards and spoke to dead people. That's my desire. And I'm well on my way. All right. So that's what they have for that question there for you, Delia. Hopefully that helps. All right. And then for number 2, the little love in the eyes. Thank you for that donation. And some messages regarding your next future true love. Would this be your stepping stone? All right, let's take a look here. So we'll say the next love, because the only true love we ever find is when we turn inward and upward. That's the capital T, true love. That's the love we're looking for. Like, Whitney Houston song. The greatest love of all is right here inside your own heart. But the expression of love in the outside world, right? So we'll see what your next love is coming in. Not just a love interest, but a real loving, a strong love, right? And will they be a stepping stone? All right, let's take a look here. All right. All right. That's the answer to that. Okie dokie, dokie, dokie. So, first up, would this person be will be a stepping stone? And this was the answer to that here. 9 of hearts. No, I feel like this next love is going to be someone who doesn't feel like a stepping stone. I feel like it is 9 of hearts, 9 of cups is like dream come true, emotional dream come true energy. So interesting that the next serious love that you have feels like this may be it. Let's see what else they have to say here. You do have, the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress card, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Going back to what I was saying, just to reiterate, the greatest love you have is in here. And you find that, and then when you're filling up, when this person is giving you above and beyond, and there's a lot of compatibility with them, that's what makes it feel like a dream come true because you found this inside of here, right? Yeah. I think Dolly Parton wrote that song too for her. You've got the 10 of angels. Yeah. So this is, I feel like before you meet them, you are experiencing and that's why they wanted to say this powerful love comes later. You might have a couple of little um, imitations where you're like, oh, no, that wasn't it, because it doesn't go very far very quickly. But you're learning a lot about your expectations with them with the 10 of swords, which is surrendering your expectations of supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. And so, your next real love won't be a stepping stone, but I do feel like you have a couple pebbles along the way. You might have to take them out of your shoe. But they showing you like, oh yeah, I'm getting upset because I think they are hitchhikers. That's funny. Yeah. They're supposed to be this. Oh, that's right. Whenever I hear the word supposed to, should, need to, have to, must in my head or out of my mouth, That's a reminder for me that's a small T truth rooted in fear. It's an opinion I was giving. And obviously, I'm like, well, what do I want? And like, I do want someone. I want someone who matches my energy. And if they don't match it, then I'm like, okay. And I don't, you know, don't we won't fall in love with the possibilities of who someone could be. We take people for who they are, and we let them show us and tell us who they are, and we don't try to change them because we're just like, okay, you are not, you know, who I want. You're not matching my energy. It's not about you're not meeting my expectations. It's more we don't mesh on this energetic level. You don't match me, and we don't try to match other people. We just are ourselves, and we allow other people to be themselves. We let go of the judgments and all the supposed to be's, and then we can look at someone and go, "All right, no, you be who you are. I just don't think that I match your energy and you match mine, and we both deserve that. So here we go." Right? Yeah. And that's the way it'll feel, right? So I like that. Let's see. Let's see. We don't want to talk about the pebbles. You'll recognize those, and you'll recognize them going, oh yeah, they're my triggers are flying off and I'm becoming aware of my fears. I'm releasing those. But when you yeah, because you'll realize it, you have this death and rebirth. So this is what's in between you and because they're on the nine of hearts. It came out the last card. So you're having this rebirth. You are seeing things from a higher perspective with the ace of swords. Yeah, your four of hearts, you're learning about what you don't want. And the four of cups, normally they'll have like someone leaned up against a tree board and there's three cups in front of them and they're like, those are the pebbles. Like they're just not fulfilling, they're empty. And then being offered over here is the ace of cups, which is our high heart love, right? But it's also a love that's different from those others. And so that just shows you that you're realizing and going through these pebbles, the hitchhikers, just realizing, yeah, you don't feel like home to me. And that's okay. You don't have to. You're just there, and I'll know. And it's almost like when you're trying to decide where you want to live and you go visit the places you want to live, and the energy there tells you right away, no, this isn't. You're like, no, 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 no. Or you're like, meh, it's just nothing there. You just realize until you go somewhere and you're like, ah, this is it, and you'll know it like that. And you have the five of stars, five of wands, which is transformation of energy. So, definitely, regarding love, you are still a little bit away from finding that, but it's okay because these pebble hitchhikers along the way are showing you what you want to see about yourself and releasing those things, right? So, I like that for you. And when I just feel like they're just like, don't worry about when, just know that there's no rush in life. We have eternity. And we get in a rush because we think I need it now, but that need and that whenever we attach to time, that's a fear. I'm not going to find love in time. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to this. I'm going to that. And like when you realize whatever's meant for us never passes us by, then we can just enjoy the journey and glean instead of trying to rush to get to somewhere and missing the great scenery along the way. We can, experience that as we, go through there. So, I like that. Yes, go with the flow. Hey, Christina. Something weird going on. Oh no. Technology loves you. Oh, no problem. Now that you realize it, you get to have an adventure of figuring it out. You're very welcome, Nelia. Right, so those are the first two. I know you have another one, so we'll circle back around to that. But we're going to jump over to Johanna first here. So, Johanna, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And with your 5 cups of coffee, if they wore off, you're like, All right. So you wanted to know, how did M feel about your chat yesterday? Okay. So I'm just going to take another sip here. So how did M I'm gonna have to look up David Lynch. All right. So how did M feel about your 4-minute horror movie? No, that's not how they felt about your conversation. I was just thinking, wow, 4-minute horror movie. All right. Well, the bottom of the deck, they have the 10 of hearts, so there was great joy around that, so they did enjoy it. Bottom underlying energy that's there. Bottom of the deck, underneath that, we have the High Priestess, which does tell me something bubbling below the surface. There's still some hidden stuff going on. But let's take a look here. We'll see if they'll reveal what it is. Could just be emotions that they've pushed down, but we'll take a look here. Oh yeah, so again, they thought highly of it. They had the Sun card here, which is very, excuse me, burping up this peppermint tea. Yum yum. But yeah, so I feel like they were, pretty okay with all of that there. Um, I mean, 10 of hearts and the Sun card are pretty awesome cards. So I do feel like they really, really enjoyed that. Um, then they got the Magician card and the Divine Order card, which is the Justice card. So Magician, fire, again, passion and fire with the Sun card and the Magician card. There's a lot of that, um, kind of fire energy that I feel with the Magician card, even though it's traditionally Mercury communication energy, but it does put some spark under them to want to communicate. But they do need to, with this balance and with the Justice card here, I still feel like they're got a lot in their noggin that's holding them back here, that has to be worked out in order for them to move past some barriers, if that makes sense. Just, they got a lot of small t truths out of balance here. And so these have to be able to see things from a different perspective to help balance stuff out. Got the Seven of Trees, yeah, contemplation. We got the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit kind of energy, right? So they're slow movement on it. They don't want to rush into anything. They still want to figure things out. Um, but they really enjoyed the chat, but they're just like, enjoy it for what it was, right? And the 7 of hearts. Yeah, 7 of cups, emotional confusion. So 2 sevens, there is quite a bit here that's going on here, with that, where, they're just really looking at trying to figure out what's going on, right? They got these mind things going on and this heart things going on where they're just kind of like trying to figure it all out. And um they're not in a rush about it. They're just kind of like, well, we'll just, okay, that's enough thinking for today, you know. Now on to the next thing, I'm not gonna think too much about it and dive too much in it. I'm just gonna kind of go along, see what's going on. So it's like, all right, such is their journey and such is their adventure. So that's what they want you to know. So many blessings to you, Johanna. Thank you again for your donation and for your caffeine contributions. All right. All right. Many blessings to you. All righty. And then we will step back here to Nelia. And then we have Moonlight. And then we have Hey Nova. We'll bounce to Nova. And then I do have a PayPal that came in. Let me just jump over here. Oh, Maria. Hello, Maria. And then to Aria. Hey, Aria. So that will be the uh, donations that will be moving through right now. And shout out to one of my YouTube channel members, Arya. Good to see you. All right. So scroll, scroll, scroll. So Nelia, for your third one, your emoji or your sticker there. Thank you for that additional donation. So a general on Joe, his health and relationship with Gigi. All right. Of course, for health, of course, I'm not a licensed medical professional. Disclaimer in the description box. Tarot is for fun. Seek licensed professionals for any health concerns. All right. We have to say that in the United States. All right. So and before we do the general, let's look at his health. Let's look at the relationship with Gigi. All right. And then what else do they want you to know about? Joseph. All right. So, health-wise, yeah. Well, it looks like here they do have some struggles with health with the Devil card. Saturn energy, it doesn't mean that it can't be um, resolved. It doesn't seem overly serious unless he doesn't do anything about it. But so much of what happens, to our human bodies, especially in this day and age, is stress related, fear related. That's why the fear on the bottom of the shadow card, it's like, yeah, that when we have fear, it shuts down our immune system. It puts out this energy in our body that doesn't allow it to self heal. It's an amazing healing machine. But when we're in fight or flight, it shuts down our immune system, our digestive system, this and that, and all. It causes a lot of problems when we're perpetually in fear and fight or flight a lot, which we are in this day and age because we don't have a whole lot of, well, more so we're getting more physical dangers in our world, but we have a lot of emotional monsters that haunt us anyway, outside of all that. And so I feel like if they'll deal with the source of their stress, that they can have some resolution in regards to that. Yeah, entertainment purposes, of course. um, his relationship with Gigi. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got the five of trees. So these fears of abandonment, these fears of lack, which kind of contribute to this other health problems, fear of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, the five of pentacles energy, these feeling the limitation. It really impacts their relationship because it has to do with worth and not feeling worthy and worrying that I'm not going to be enough, we're not going to have enough, blah 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 blah. So it feels like that's kind of impacting them there. But we have temperance. It's slowly going here. The temperance is, usually it's two cups going back and forth. It's about patience and um, growth, slowly growing, slowly overcoming these feelings of lack and that. So it does show slow progression, but this underlying fear on the bottom can impact their relationship. But we got the six of stars, equal passion. They're equally, I feel like, is what is coming in here. They're equally attracted to each other. So there's good stuff there. It's just the matter of the worth underneath the surface. Could be on both sides as well, both Gigi and Joe as well. It's human. We all are kind of raised to have low self-esteems, I think. Not on purpose, but it just seems that's what life has handed us. Let's see what else they want you to know, general reading around them. So you got the three of trees, three of pentacles. I like that energy. I feel like they're both a bit odd. They consider themselves both a bit odd. I don't know why. But because of that, they can be their authentic selves, and their oddness just kind of works. That's funny. Six of trees. Yeah, here's the six of pentacles. Codependent relationship energy. And so this is so important that stems from the five of pentacles too. Because, you know, um, That starts when we're younger, when we feel we're not enough, and then we experience, I have to give so much to deserve so little. And then there's overgiving, overgiving, overgiving. Someone ends up being put in, it turns in from a adult to adult relationship to a parent child relationship. So I don't feel like it's gotten that far yet, but if they don't do something around dealing with that inner stuff, that's kind of what it'll flip to. And codependent relationships, being a recovering, um, you know, codependent individual. I know I used to be the overgiver and I wouldn't let them give. They'd end up giving somewhere else. And that's why people end up cheating and going somewhere because if I don't let you give to me, no, no, I have to give to you. But that doesn't feel good if you can't give in a relationship. So what do? You go give, you become a workaholic, or you go have an affair, or you give to all your friends, or all of it, right? So I just feel like that's important to know. Page of Trees, Page of Pentacles. They do have an opportunity. That just tells me with this progression that they haven't reached that point yet. They still have an opportunity here. Yeah, and again, High Priestess, there's a lot below the surface that just needs to be worked out yet for both of them. Um, you know, the High Priestess, of course, connects to spirit and looks behind the veil, but dives deep into their subconscious. That's where all that energy is bouncing around down there, those feelings of unworthiness, this out of balance giving receiving that we talk about, with the Six of Pentacles, lives down there in the subconscious until we bring it to the conscious and deal with it. Until they do, it's running on autopilot. You are welcome. You're so sweet. I am glad you guys learn from spirit. I learn a lot from what spirit is telling you guys, so I'm so happy. The only thing I take credit for in my life is that I learned to shut up and listen to spirit. Beyond that, the wisdom that comes through, I'm like, they are the smart ones in this relationship. But thank you so much. That's what they have for you, Nelia. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. All right. And then Moonlight, we are back to question number 2, I think, for you. So thank you for your additional donation and your little purple thanks heart. And let's take a look here. All right. Oops. Come on, mouse. Don't be freaky there. Okay. So will R realize and accept he needs help for his problems before he gets really sick? All right. Let's take a look here. Again, not a medical professional, not a licensed psychologist. Thought of becoming a counselor, but I didn't want to go to all that schooling. I just said, I'll just learn to channel spirit. They're smarter anyway. All right, let's take a look here. See what we got going on here. Well, we got the Knight of Stars, which is movement. It's the Knight of Wands. It's movement of energy. They're an adventurer. So that's a good sign for the underlying energy. I feel like they're making movement, making progress. It's the fastest moving night. But can also mean that something comes out of nowhere that puts them on their butt. That's a big eye opener, smacking them awake. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, I do feel here with the Hermit card with the retreat and the Two of Trees, Two of Pentacles, balance and stability of the outside world. This is looking good from here. I do feel like more so that they're feeling this nudge, this pull inward to really look at things and to, get some balance in their life. That's coming in here. We got the Five of Hearts. Yeah, they got the sorrow here. Transformation of emotion. Again, I feel like a five number of change is good. Are we going to recognize I need help? Yeah, I feel like they do. Let's see what these other cards are here. Yeah, the moon. You know, before they really, really get sick, uh, I do feel like they have something here. Let's see what this one is here. Yeah, the Four of Hearts. We got depression, a lot of moons, and sorrow. They have a lot of emotional, and this is the source of their physical problems, right? It's emotional based, it's stress based, it's there's stuff within them that is expressing itself. There's a lot of emotion they haven't dealt with that they pushed down that's now moved out into their body, right? That's how what happens with us. That's why, a great book is Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. I mean, a beautiful book she talks about. She has a disclaimer in there too, but she, talks about she was an intuitive healer and she was able to, you know, get messages from spirit about what the root causes of different ailments are and affirmations and things that can transform it. So if you want to help them, if you you can always recommend the book to them, or I don't know, gifting a book to someone usually doesn't work because if they're not asking for it, it just sits over there on the shelf. But you can always look it up for yourself if you know what ailments that are going on and look at the emotional stuff and just go, interesting that I saw this. Do with it what you will, right? But I do feel like they're gonna get an emotional it's um something's gonna hit them really hard emotionally, which gets them to want to get help with the retreat to help balance things out. They're like, I can't live feeling this way anymore. And that if they do that, that will help them before they get really sick, like really sick. Um, but that's what I feel is coming through on that one there for you. So thank you for that donation, Moonlight. You can always send them some love. And and this is for anyone, if your heart ever aches for someone and you feel like there's nothing that you can do, there's this great video. It's great. That's well, Spirit created it. That's why it's great. But it's called, yeah, I call it here. It's called Heartache. I'm just going to post it down here for anyone that would like to do it. And it's just basically talks about, that's a tight feeling in our heart when we want to help someone, but if we don't feel like there's anything we can do, there's something we can do with sending love. And it talks about how you can do that in there. So hopefully that helps. All right. So that's what they had for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Hey, Valerie, thank you so much. I do see your donation, so we will get down there eventually. Let's see, I got about a half hour left. So we'll see how we're doing here on all the donations that have come through here. I might be able to still get through everyone. If not, I will definitely get through everyone tonight for the donations and all of my YouTube channel members on here. And for all those of you that are waiting for free readings, if I don't get to them, I apologize. I'm not able to complete all of those without wearing myself out. So um, tomorrow and Sunday, if I don't get to someone with a free reading, please know on Sundays I do come back in the afternoon since I only have one session and I complete out all readings so we can get a message from spirit. So you've been trying like last night and this morning and tonight, and I don't get to you. Please know, first of all, I apologize deeply. I wish I could stand for hours and hours and hours and hours and complete them all, but it appears I'm human still, so I need my rest and to regenerate. But Sundays, please come back and we'll make sure we get an answer, a message from spirit for you. Okay. All right. So that's that. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So Moonlight, we did that one. And then so Nova. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And let's see here. So thank you for your microphone. Look at you. Your that donation. Let me see here if we have your questions. Questions. All right. So that's question number 2. Oh, there it is right there. I see it. So what does Mr. Kurt, the spirit guide, want you to know about your GI issues and if treatment could help with the pain and discomfort? You don't know why, but you trust his words more than you would a doctor. All right, well, good. Well, disclaimer, we're not medical professionals. Again, we have a lot of medical questions tonight, but there's a disclaimer in the description box, of course. So you should always seek professional medical treatment and advice. Everyone ultimately makes their own decisions. So disclaimer made, and then we'll see here what Curdy Pie wants you to know here. So could treatment help with the pain and discomfort with the GI? Okay. And what else does he want you to know here? Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, we do have action cards here with the Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands, Two of Stars and Queen of Stars. And this energy talks about whatever we focus on grows and expands. And so when we're focusing on our pain, we expand it and you know, but we can also there's this energy of taking action and um, just seeking a doctor's opinion. I feel like they're saying yes, that it can. There's energy here that shows that. Let's see what else these cards are here. Yeah, Nine of Trees, Nine of Pentacles. You also have the Nine of Hearts on the bottom. And this does have to, this talks about um, it's, I'm trying to just feel this energy of these nines endings. Yeah, and yeah, so they're okay, thank you. I was like, so this is usually hermity type of inward action, but they're like, no, the number nine, like this year, 2025 is a year of nine, is about endings and beginnings. So they're like, yeah, if you take the action, there is endings. It brings you physical ending of discomfort, and then also it helps you feel more joyful. Because I know when you're in pain and not feeling good, it's hard to choose to be happy. It's like, everyone leave me alone. So these other two cards are here. Yeah. So again, you know, they're here with the Knight of Stars, the Knight of Wands, taking action, taking quick action. Ten of Trees equals abundance in the outside world. So that's the Nine of Trees moving to the Ten of Trees. So very much that he's saying take action, take quick action, go as soon as you can, because why live with pain if you don't have to? Again, that's another kind of source or root of why you're trying to numb yourself is, pain that you don't have to be dealing with in your physical body. That's how he got into a lot of painkillers and drugs, and then went into other things that eventually led to his death, right? So he's like, go now, go now, go as soon as possible. You don't have to go right this second, but go as soon as possible. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Woke you up today. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, definitely, doing all that fun stuff, that whatever they need to do to be able to get to the root of it and understand it, and so I like that. Right. So that's what they have for that one, my dear. I know you have another one. We'll circle back around there in a moment. But before that, we have Maria. So Maria, thank you so much for your donation and for the evening session of the days of our lives. All right. So let's take a look here. So Walter's feelings and thoughts towards you tonight. So checking in, seeing what they're currently feeling and thinking about you. Anything particular he's thinking of you? Uh-oh. All right. We shall find that out. And then, does he like the idea of you saying to be your Valentine? Okay. We'll see that. And then anything Spirit wants you to know about what's coming next week for you and Walter. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So let us take a look here. So first of all, feelings he has. Yeah, we have the 7 of hearts. There's some a lot of different emotions that are happening here. But there's something, and this is like, it's not necessarily towards you, but it involves you because he has just some feelings of lack, of being left behind, being left out on the cold. It's just some old feelings of beliefs, not anything you're doing, just some old stuff that's creeping in. And I just feel like he's tired. I just feel so tired suddenly. And it's like, he becomes emotional when he gets tired, like we all do, all humans, when we're like, we don't get enough sleep, we're not feeling good. Our emotions are raw, and we get emotional, just all these emotions that are there. So just right now, if you're not getting, you know, kind of the same type of responses or whatever from him, just know right now he's just feeling tired. He needs to go to sleep. He needs to rest. We knew that when we asked. He needs to have some rest time this weekend, but I feel like he's just worn out and um, a bit, you know, motions all over the place, sparking all over the place, but not directly just towards you. It's like towards everything, which is what happens when I'm not feeling good. I see the whole world differently. When I'm feeling great, I see the whole world differently, right? What are his thoughts? Yeah. So he likes his alone time with you with the 9 of trees, the 9 of pentacles, the queen of trees, the mother nature, mother nurture, you know, kind of energy. So his thoughts of you are, again, that little, especially with all this feelings he's having, he likes that bubble that you guys get into. He just feels like it's nurtured. He just feels like he's in a nice little cocoon when you guys are together. And that's why he's just thinking, I like our alone time. I like getting away from all this drama and everything else that's going on in my life. I like it just when I'm pocketed away in this little bubble with you. That's cute. Anything particular he's thinking of you? Wow, I love this. Expansion with the universe. He feels very lucky and very blessed, and that he knows you. And the star card is a like a dream come true, kind of energy. So a very nice energy. He's just, thinking, what a star you are, what unique you are, and I feel lucky. Um, and so he does specifically think that, um, in between all the other chaos that's going on around him, so just be aware, that he thinks that. What does he think about the idea of you being a Valentine's? Oh, how cute. Ace of Hearts, love. I think he likes the idea, though, with the Three of Wands. He doesn't wanna do just it's like doing things differently than expected, because it's like the same old, same old, same old. I feel like he wants to try to, you know, have Valentine's be different, just the same old stuff, blah, blah, blah. How can we make it different? How can we make it exciting and unique, in a way? So, I like that. Anything Spirit wants you to know about this next coming week for you and Walter? You got the Six of Swords. There is movement, leaving behind some old ways of thinking, progression. It's a good card. Oh, yeah. Um, 7 of Stars, the 7 of Wands that's here, which is this great energy of shining bright, not dimming light. And so I like that, this energy here. I just feel like there's progression and movement, um, and this goes back to like, I just want to be me and I don't want to have to try to defend myself or whatever. It's like, yeah, I just feel like it's important. This is kind of that reminder, leave the old ways of thinking, small t truths of supposed to be, should be, need to be, let them be them, and celebrate and have gratitude about who they are, because this is about, I'm just not going to worry about what they're doing. Are they doing the right thing or wrong thing? Because that's a story. It's just a thing. I get to choose, and I'm okay. I'm going to be grateful for the things I love that they're doing. And that's what I'm going to focus on, right? Yeah. And 10 of trees, 10 of pentacles. I like it. Loyalty on the bottom. But 10 of pentacles is abundance and fullness and partnership and feeling full of life. And again, that comes back to the gratitude. So both of all those three cards that came out together is, something that they want you to know is intention out the door, expectations out the door, gratitude all in on gratitude. And enjoy the adventure, enjoy the moments, not, you know, because those expectations are what suck the life out of relationships, out of things and dreams, because we're focusing on what's not happening and making sure everything is happening, but we tend to focus on what's not happening instead of enjoying what is. And then we spend all our life worrying about what's not happening, right? So that's what they have for you, Maria. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. Then we have Aria. So, Aria, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. So, what's coming in your life? I want some gossip about the future if they allow it. You're hilarious. All right. Yeah. What we'll do with future, it's all about energy and possibilities, right? So, what we'll do is they'll show me based on your current decisions, your current energy, the trajectory you're headed in the future. But you could always make decisions to change and go a different route, right? It's like, well, you're currently headed on I-25 north, and if you keep going here, you're going to hit Canada. I guess I don't know if it really goes that far. Or if you take, you might take a exit for all I know eventually, right? But if you keep on the trajectory, this is where you're going to head. That's the kind of energy they'll bring in here for you. All right, so all right. What else? Okay. What else do they want you to know here? Evidently, they're like excited to tell you about some things that are in your future based on your current trajectory. All right. So, the bottom of the deck, you do have the Six of Hearts. Six of Hearts, this is an energy for you in this reading about past life connection. So, I wonder if this is going to be, if they're talking about romance here. But I do feel like you're gonna meet someone from a past lifetime. They've had several past lifetimes together, and you're gonna meet him, and you're gonna be like you're gonna feel like you know them, but you haven't known him in this lifetime yet. But you meet him, and you're like, "Do I know you?" And they're like, You I feel like I know you." Well, blah, 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 but and you guys start up a conversation, you just feel so comfortable, like an old friend you've met in a long time, right? So I feel like that's something that's coming in your future here, and we'll see here. We'll see if they'll tell us more about that specifically here, um, to see if it's just like a becomes a best friend or if it's like a love, right? So you have the Queen of Stars, the Queen of Wands. So your future does hold here. You're really learning and growing in your spirituality and your connection to spirit. So you are developing this, really, really close relationship with spirit, to where you're both energetically but also emotionally connected with spirit. So don't be afraid as you're going on your journeys. They're like, just keep asking us of your own free will for answers, for guidance, for synchronicities, for whatever, because we want to help you, and you have the ability to connect with us, but we honor your free will and power of choice, and we won't meddle unless you ask us. So I like this, that your future holds this growing relationship, and I feel like you're getting a lot of repeating numbers and synchronicities around you, and you're going to become more and more aware of it, and your connection's going to grow really strong. So I love that. Wow. Yeah, don't worry. You have this new beginning, of course, in your life with the Fool's card here, the beginning, and it's a whole free place. And you've got the Queen of Trees, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Nurture yourself, but also this is about you have an abundant path ahead of you where your life will feel full, but it starts with nurturing yourself and following the path of what do I want? Where am I headed? What do I want for me? But it does have this harvest and that comes forward for you. So I really like that for you coming in here. And there is something with the Queen of Wands in regard to this, because when that Queen of Wands focuses her energy, when she wants something, she puts her energy toward it and get out of the way. because you have all the capacity to take yourself where you want to go. Yeah. And then I do feel like this Six of Hearts is a love interest because you got the Page of Hearts, a higher love, and the Six of Trees, equal giving and receiving too. So I like this energy that's coming forward here. So you will meet this person and you won't have to wonder if it's them or not. I usually joke that they glow in the dark and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt because the feeling and the draw you have with them and that familiarity of home and comfort is so strong there that you'll recognize that. So, right. So that's what they have for you, Aria. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Good to see you. All right. Hope you're enjoying. Didn't you start a new job? I think. So hope the job's going well. All right. And then Nova, for your additional donation here, thank you for that. And you would like to know, what would Kurt want you to know about health and being mindful toward how you treat your body? Maybe you could say something about it. His experience in his lifetime could help you understand something. Yeah, absolutely. Valerie, you are up after Nova. And then there's another one for Nova there. All right. So, um, let's see here. What would Kurt want you to know about health? He kind of mentioned a little bit about that in your other reading about how he was like, yeah, take care of your body, get as much input as you can because the pain of the body, it just drives us to make poor choices about other things in our life, right? I like this Knight of Trees coming in. Knight of Trees, Knight of Pentacles. I like how they call this the custodian. It's not the normal energy that he's bringing through for this. And it's about you being a custodian of your body. This body is your rental car. Take care of it. It's the only one you got, for this lifetime. And you have so much to accomplish in this lifetime. Like I joke, if I knew I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of my body. But you have one card, two card, three cards, which is a progression. Yeah, we have the High Priestess, intuition. Trust your body. Learn to listen to your body, and your body's telling you something. It's like you're trying to tell me something, so let me go find out what this is, right? Instead of um, ignoring it, right? It's trying to talk to you. It's trying to tell you something's not right. Can you, seek seek some help here, right? Um, Yeah, because you have the Lovers card here, which is about emotional choice, and the Four of Trees, which is finding stability in your body in the outside world. Now, realize too that, a lot of our emotions, if we don't deal with our emotions and we're pushing them down, they will move out into our bodies as well. So, in addition to seeking professional medical assistance, of course, disclaimer if I didn't say that again, about medical. We talked about that for your other reading, but just reiterate that. In addition to going seeking professional medical assistance, you might even just say, like, whatever's going on in your body, you can go emotional or spiritual reason for blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of information out there that you can go, oh, wow, that uh, this is what people have intuitively picked up that is the source of this expression in our body from something emotionally within. And see, you can also be working on that and helping transform that too, right? Which leads you to, yeah, breaking through the Nine of Stars, breaking through the barrier here. You got the Two of Stars, which is the power of energy where we're investing it, but the Ace of Stars, Ace of Wands, which is about taking action. He's like, the biggest thing you need to know around your body is to take action. Because he was like, I was a poor custodian of my body. I, which led to things happening, which led to more things happening, which led me to the desperation I felt, and I just wanted to leave this planet and When I was drug induced and not thinking clearly, I fulfilled that, and I don't want that for you. And so when he's looking at, his experience in his lifetime about his, things that were going on, it's important to know that you are the custodian. You own this, no one else. So take care of it because you've got things to do, right? Because if you don't, I know he doesn't like threats. He's just like, just it's fact. If you don't, you have the tower. You know, it's like when he talks about the other challenges. If we don't take action, eventually action will have to be taken because it will, you know, um, knock on knock on our life, and it's like when I don't rest, I get forced R&R because my body's like, nope, you're not doing anything. You feel sick, you're dizzy, you got to lay down, and you're not doing anything because you didn't balance. So it's like, fine, right? So that is what they have for you, Nova, for that one. So hang in there, my dear. And then I'm not going to have time to do your other one in this session. I will make sure you have your additional question. Oh, good. I'm glad you booked a doctor's appointment. Make sure to put your additional question there because I'm going to be leaving here in about 4 minutes to go over. I'm going to finish Valerie and then I need to rush over. And then I'll be back to finish all of the donations and all of my YouTube channel memberships. And for their free readings. And I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be able to get to any of the other free readings this evening, but I will be back tomorrow. Sunday is special. I will, if you attend and you put your question in the chat, I will. If I don't finish it in the first 2 hours I'm in, I'll come back in the afternoon and finish all readings, so everyone will get a message from Spirit. So I'm so sorry. All right. So, Valerie, thank you for your patience and getting to your donation here. So, let me give that a love and a like. And you like a general reading, money, career, relationships. All right. So, let's take a look here. Money, career, relationships. Boom and boom. All right. I like that they start on the bottom here with the Chariot, which is a powerful card of movement and power of choice, too, which means that, there is going to be movement that's coming in here in all three areas: money, career, relationships. But a lot of what determines it is where you're focusing your energy. Um, are we focusing on gratitude and higher vibration or focusing on fears and lack? Because whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. So I love that they're saying you hold so much power in these. So, based on current energies, what they want you to know here about money, 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 money. Yeah, so there's a little bit with the five of trees, the five of pentacles, this limitation. It's the belief in lack. So there might be some below the surface, some subconscious beliefs around not deserving and not having that there. And with the Eight of Hearts, that does here with codependency, does tell me that there are some of that below the surface that just can be looked at and questioned and um, evaluated and just going, okay, let me just kind of look at that. Where does that go? There's this video that I have. It's around the Six of Pentacles. Here it is. I'm going to post this down here. It's just a short video where I talked about um, that out of balance, giving and receiving that's below the surface that can help transform that and open it up. So if you felt like there's been like a obstacle that's been keeping money and career and relationships away, that can help lower that the force fields to allow those things in. It's our little inner child going, no, we don't deserve that yet. But here, the Ten of Cups is talking here a little bit about this energy of um, focusing in on the joy and the gratitude. When I focus in with money on the gratitude for what I do have, and I trust you, Creator, and I'd like more money, and I know you're going to bring it in the perfect way and show me how, and the gratitude, gratitude, gratitude changes the energy to allow that to come in, as well as, if I'm focusing on lack and focusing on want, focusing on need, I draw in things that match need and want instead of have in abundance. So I feel like that's an important message. This power of choice, it's such an important thing. In fact, the other video that I have around this is energy focus. And so this one is for that too. Those are two things that impact things coming to us or not. All right. And then career was the next thing here. Yeah, you've got here the Queen of Pentacles and the um, Temperance card here. I feel like career, things have been going slow, and I feel like there's this nudge because the Queen of Trees, Queen of Pentacles is following your heart, nurturing yourself. What career do you want? This Temperance is like, the it's like a scavenger hunt and trying to discover where our joy takes us, right? We don't have to figure out our entire life. But I feel like they are saying with this that there is a different direction that you can go, something that's not of the mind going, well, this is logical, this makes sense. But it's like closing your eyes and opening your heart and going, where where do you want to lead me? Where does my joy lead me right now? Don't feel like you have to decide the entire career of your entire life. Just go, where's my heart taking me? Because I feel like it wants to take you in a different direction than you normally would go. And that's why things have kind of come stagnant and slow and feel like you're existing instead of living. And that's the difference. When you're living someone else's dream, you wake up going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. When you're living your dream, you're excited. You wake up early. You don't hit the snooze 10 times. You're excited to go and look at that, right? So I feel like that's what they have for that. And then for love or relationships, yeah, look at Ace of Hearts, love. And you have the shadow, the Capricorn Saturn energy here. And the guidance that they're giving you along with love is, the Capricorn Saturn energy comes along and it shakes and rattles our cage, because we're given so many roles around life of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be. Like, who are they supposed to be in a relationship? What is a relationship supposed to bring me? Who am I supposed to be in a relationship? And that, it's a cage. It cages our heart, it cages our mind, and it's rooted in fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. And so we get all this opinion growing up from all of these different areas of our life. And um, it's just, not helpful for relationships. We learn a lot through it all, but we definitely have that ability where all these. I feel like what's happening is there's these opportunities that spirit's bringing to you, these long held beliefs that no longer serve you for relationships, and you're releasing these things. Because if we have too many and we're saying relationships, let me see, need to be like this, it has to be this way with this person, blah blah blah, the universe says that's going to be on back order for like uh 1,000 more years. But if you open up and we open up the blinders of our expectations and let a lot of that go, we see and we allow the creator so many possibilities to bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing. So I feel like there's a lot of reflection that's going on right now with relationships to prepare you for a new love, because you did get the Ace of Cups. So I like that for you. So hopefully that helps, Valerie, and many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation and for your patience in getting to your reading there. Maria, I did complete yours. Let me grab, so no, whoops. Come on, computer. I am so late for my other session, but they'll forgive me. I know. Let me see. Where was your? Oh, here's your question. So we'll grab that, Nova. So we got that one. And then Happy Pill, we will also return to complete yours. All right. And then let me grab, I'm just going to grab screenshots because I'm not going to be, I'll look at these when I'm done, but I'll be back in about an hour or so to finish out the last of the donations and then the free readings for my YouTube channel members. And then apologies again for everyone that was waiting for other free readings. I didn't get to any of them in this session, but I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow was special in that I always come back to finish all free readings, all readings, free and otherwise. Whatever I don't finish in the 2 hours after I'm on for 2 hours, and then I go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members or so, and then I eat, and then I come back on, and I finish everything out. So please, please come back tomorrow if I wasn't able to get to your reading today. All right. I think I got them all. All right. So thank you guys again for all your level of support, all the thumbs up there. And until I see you again, remember every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. Happy Pill. I did for all, yeah, this morning session, I did complete all the free readings in that session. This morning was a 3-hour session. I did complete all of my YouTube channel members. Last night, I can't remember if I did it before or if I came back on after. I think I completed them all during the session because I don't think I had to come back on after. So they were all completed during the sessions. Okay. All right. All right. Take care. Zoom, zoom, zoom. They're going to kill me. No, they won't.